Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud?
I'm sure by now you've seen people talk about the Mount Rushmore of these things, the top 4 of whatever the genre is. And the main one I hear people talk and argue about is the Mount Rushmore of superheroes. All the nerds have been arguing for years about this, and to this day there's still not a very clear answer. Not only am I going over this question, but also the Mount Rushmore of villains, movies, and a special one at the end of the video. So, here we go. Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman are the obvious picks for the first 3. This part is pretty much universally agreed upon. When you think of superheroes, you think of them. Popular doesn't even begin to describe them, but this 4th spot is much trickier. Some of the candidates that are probably going through your head right now are people like Iron Man, Captain America, Wonder Woman, maybe even Hulk or Wolverine. Oh, and we can't forget Armless Triggerman. All of these work, but who fits the spot? This is the part where people don't agree. Most say Iron Man due to him starting the entire MCU and having such an impact on superhero movies in the last decade. Definitely a contender. Others say Captain America for around the same reason, but I don't think I personally would pick him. Sure, he's one of the most popular in the MCU, but Iron Man fits that spot better, so Captain America, I'm going to have to say, doesn't make the cut. Wonder Woman is the face of all female superheroes, and has made a major impact on people, but has lost some popularity because, well, her movies are shit. Though she has fallen off a bit, she is still to this day one of the most memorable superheroes. Another candidate that people like to mention is Hulk, which I can't get behind that. Same with Wolverine. I know back in the day, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine were the face of Marvel, but both characters have fallen off a bit. Hulk doesn't even have a proper movie, and Wolverine has been an interesting yet fun ride. But I don't think they make good candidates. So, Iron Man or Wonder Woman, who do I think deserves the spot? Well, I think it has to be Armless Triggerman. I mean, Iron Man. The MCU's movies took the world by storm. Everyone and their mom was going to the theater to see Avengers. And Iron Man really was the main character when it comes to looking at the MCU as a whole. Thanks to RDJ's performance, it has led Iron Man from being a C-tier character to an S-tier character. Sadly for Wonder Woman, she's sort of been through the opposite. In her prime, she was definitely a top 4 superhero, but through the years, she's gone down to just being the hero that has no good movies. So in my opinion, that's the Mount Rushmore of superheroes. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, and Iron Man. Now it's time to get spicy. The Mount Rushmore of villains. The only agreed upon character to take the first spot is Darth Vader, obviously. Truly the best villain to ever exist, and he's so recognizable. If you ask your grandma who's never seen Star Wars about Darth Vader, chances are she's going to know who that is. Don't fact check that though. The other 3 candidates could be anybody. My personal pick that I don't see a lot of is Voldemort, from the most popular book series ever, Harry Potter. He's another bad guy that everybody knows. Not as iconic as Vader, but definitely deserves to be on this list. The other mostly agreed upon character is the Joker. He's definitely the most popular supervillain, and thanks to The Dark Knight and Heath Ledger's performance, the Joker has only risen in popularity. He shows us that even without superpowers, you can still be the most feared villain in all of Gotham. So that only leaves 1 spot to go. The only other villain I can think of to fit the spot are people like Sauron, Venom, and Thanos. Sauron I don't think fits the spot due to the story of Lord of the Rings not focusing on Sauron a whole lot. He's very recognizable, but doesn't talk. And he doesn't even have a bunch of screen time. In the theatrical release of the movies, he only had 3 minutes and 30 seconds of screen time throughout all movies, and only 4 minutes and 15 seconds in the extended edition. So sadly, I don't think he's a match. Venom works. He's the face for all the mirror villains. Mirror villains are some of the funnest villains ever. Characters like Reverse Flash and Black Adam. Venom is popular and all, and loved by everyone, but I think Thanos is a better pick. the big bad of the MCU. He is so recognizable and scary. He serves such an important role in superhero movies overall. Sure, he is a copy of Darkseid, who first made an appearance in 1970, where Thanos was created only 3 years after that. It's safe to say one of them is far more popular than the other. I think this list is pretty accurate. If you can think of a better character, I'd love to hear it. Tell me in the comments. Moving on to the hardest category. What is the Mount Rushmore of movies? I haven't seen anybody attempt this yet, and for good reason. Nobody on this planet would ever agree, so I'll do my best to make a good-ass list. First up, I really think Star Wars A New Hope should take the first spot. When this movie came out, nobody knew what to think of it. Nothing was really like it at the time. It really started blockbuster movies. Some say that Jaws started it all, but like, stop kidding yourself. Star Wars started it all. The other pick I have is Lord of the Rings. From the most beloved franchise ever, the Lord of the Rings series has won 475 awards out of 800 nominations, making it the most awarded film series in cinematic history. If that doesn't deserve a spot on the mountain, I don't know what does. The other two, though, I got nothing. So I am going to let you, the viewer, decide it. I know this question is pretty much impossible. Like, how can you pick only 4 movies to be the face of all cinema? So I think it would be super duper fun to see what you all come up with. Thanks for watching this far, I really appreciate it. And now it's time for the special Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore of movie quotes. I'll cut right to the chase. I am your father. I know there's so much Star Wars in this video, but like, come on. This is easily the craziest movie quote ever. It left audiences speechless. I feel like I'll be back is a contender. Terminator has never been my favorite movie, but I can't lie, this quote is legendary. And this is one quote that I feel like we all say. Like, come on, when you're leaving a room, you gotta say, I'll be back, every single time. Also, how can you not put, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse, from The Godfather? This is truly the god of movie quotes. And I would be a fool not to put it here. Say hello to my little friend from Scarface is one I hear everywhere, and I even say it from time to time. That might be my list. There's so many awesome quotes, like, you're gonna need a bigger boat, and you're killing me, Smalls. I'd love to hear your picks in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Oh, this is the end of the video. There's no more script. Bye.